All right, welcome everybody to our webinar today for Bitclub Network. For those of you that are here live, I want to say welcome depending on where you are in the world. Right now it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon where I am, but I know we have some people that are on here that it's 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning for them. So glad you guys could make it on. We're going to have a lot of information to cover here. So if this is your first time listening to a webinar for Bitclub Network, I'm going to tell you it's going to be a little long, but if you'll just stick with us for the first 10 minutes, I promise you, you won't be able to turn it off. We got some amazing, amazing information for you. But the beginning part, what we really need to cover for all the new people is what is Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is the world's first completely decentralized cryptocurrency. It's a brand new form of money. And what's really amazing about this is the platform that it runs on, and that it's completely not run by any person or any government or any company. It's its own entity, kind of like the internet is its own entity. Nobody owns or runs the internet. It's just there and runs itself. And Bitcoin's kind of the same thing. Nobody runs gold. Gold is a metal that's found on Earth, and we give it value. And Bitcoin is a new form of digital token, digital money that's found on the internet, and people have given it value. So let's go through and really look at how Bitcoin works and why it's so special. And just so you guys know, there's really nothing to compare this to in the history of the world. It's a brand new concept and idea. So this website is called blockchain.info, and this is what we call a blockchain explorer. And Bitcoin runs on what we call blockchain technology. And this moving piece that you see here is every transaction happening in the world right now with Bitcoin. If I were to send Bitcoin to you, you could actually see that transaction here on the blockchain. We also call this a public ledger. And if you know somebody's Bitcoin wallet address, you can actually search it and see the transactions that are happening. So really all Bitcoin is a database. It's a ledger, and it keeps track. And on here, I just want to kind of show you a couple charts real quick. So Bitcoin started January 3rd, 2009, so about 7.5 years ago. And in the beginning, there was really no transactions. So give me a second here. We're going to look at the average transactions. Where is that at here? Market capitalization, Bitcoin circulation, network activity. So transaction volume. Okay, this is the daily transactions of Bitcoin. And if we go back all the way back, we'll do all time here. So if we go back all time, you can see in the beginning, January 2009, there was no transactions until the middle of 2010. And in there, that was the first real transaction where somebody bought a pizza. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But over time, you can see that now the popularity of Bitcoin is going up and the transaction volume is going up. And now we're constantly over 200,000 transactions a day, every day with Bitcoin. And with Bitcoin, you can buy anything you can think of in the world right now. You can pay for plane tickets, hotels. In fact, the hotel I'm in right now, I paid for with Bitcoin. The plane ticket to get here, I paid for with Bitcoin. Anything you can think of, you can pay for with Bitcoin right now. So let me get my little pen here real quick, and I want to kind of give you an idea on why this is so special. Okay, so we're on the site that is Bitcoin. So if we look at Bitcoin as its own entity, so this is Bitcoin. Now, if this was PayPal and I wanted to send you money anywhere in the world with PayPal, PayPal would control that. And there's people at PayPal that could freeze your PayPal account. They could close your account. They charge you fees. If you knew where PayPal was and you had a rocket, you could actually blow up PayPal and they'd be gone. With Bitcoin, it doesn't work like that. With Bitcoin, I can send a transaction to you anywhere in the world instantaneously, the exact same as if I were to hand cash to you right here face to face. But with Bitcoin, we can do that. And the network is hosted on thousands and thousands and thousands of computers all over the world. And these computers are securing the network, verifying the network, they're powering the network. And these computers that are doing this, these are called Bitcoin miners. And this is Bitcoin mining doing this. So you're powering, securing, and verifying the network. Now what's beautiful about this and the whole new concept is this is called a distributed ledger. So again, if you knew where PayPal was and you had a rocket, you could blow it up. But here, if you blow up one of these, it doesn't matter because there's still thousands and thousands more. Plus, the whole network runs on 51% consensus. So you got all these computers saying, yes, this is a legit transaction. Yes, this is a legit transaction. If one guy over here got hacked and they got in here and they tried to say, oh, this transaction should go to me instead of to them, there's no way to override because you have the entire network, 99.99999, saying one thing and one hacker trying to say a different thing. So they could never get consensus. And the only way you could actually do a 51% attack is if you owned 51% of all the mining equipment. Well, if you invested that much money into Bitcoin mining equipment, into computers, you would spend ridiculous amounts of money, hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, to then do something that would make the network unstable. So you just threw away hundreds of millions of dollars because now Bitcoin wouldn't be worth anything. It's just never possible. And even if that did happen, they could really only affect one block, and we'll talk about blocks in a second. It could really only affect one block, and then the network would override all of that hashing power. So really, even a 51% attack doesn't even work anymore because the core developers have made it where that can never even happen now. It would happen for one block, and then everything could be fixed. So Bitcoin is literally perfect. Now, I know you're going, what are you talking about? This sounds crazy. You're right. It does sound crazy, and that's why it's such a futuristic type idea that could literally put the banks, all of them, out of business. That's how big this technology is. But let's go back. We'll get to everything. It'll all make sense in the end, I promise you. Okay, so let's go back a little bit and talk about where does Bitcoin come from and where does Bitcoin get its price and its value from. So when Bitcoin started in January 3rd, 2009, in the first 10 minutes, there was actually one block of Bitcoin created. I'm just going to do it right here. So one block of Bitcoin created in the first 10. This is so hard with a little mouse. Apologize. The first 10 minutes. And that block of Bitcoin had 50 Bitcoin in it. Then, 10 minutes after that, another block of 50 Bitcoin was created. And 10 minutes after that, another block of 50 Bitcoin was created, and it kept up that pace for 210,000 blocks, 210,000 blocks, which was a little less than 4 years, almost 4 years. Then at that point, it dropped down to 25 new Bitcoin being created every 10 minutes. And that went for almost 4 years for another 210,000 blocks. So 210,000. And then at that point, it dropped down to 12.5. And that's where we are right now, is 12.5 new Bitcoin being created every 10 minutes. And that just happened about a month ago. And it's actually a little less than a month ago. And so it's going to keep up this pace for about another 4 years. And then it'll drop down to 6.25 Bitcoin every 10 minutes. And it'll keep going in half and half and half and half for another 125 years until the year, I'll put it right here, 2140. So about 125 years from now. At that point, there will be 21 million Bitcoin in circulation. And at that point, there'll never be any more new Bitcoin created after that. So that's our magic number, is 21 million. So we know how much Bitcoin there will be. And this is completely different from all the different currencies, the fiat currencies that we're used to with all the different governments around the world, because at any time the US government could say, hey, print us another $1 trillion that we can throw into the economy. And that makes all the other dollars worth less, because there's now $1 trillion more dollars on top of it. And that's what not just the US government, but all the governments around the world do. They just keep adding more and more and more currency because they control it. They can do whatever they want to do. With gold, it's rare. So there's only so much gold. So over time, the value of gold goes up. Now let's think about that for a second. Does the value of gold really go up? Actually, no, it doesn't. It's the value of our fiat currency, like the dollars and whatever other currency. It's the value of currency going down that makes the price of gold and cars and houses and everything else that we buy and milk and whatever. The prices of everything keep going up, not because they're more valuable. It's because our money, our fiat currency, is worth less and less and less, because they keep dumping more and more and more of it into the system, which makes it less and less and less rare. So with Bitcoin, we know exactly how rare it is and it will be. So the whole idea behind Bitcoin is that I'm putting right here, I can send you money using the Bitcoin network, and it will come out the other side to you. And you can get your money the same as if I hand you cash, but you could be anywhere in the world. And there's basically no fees. There's no borders. Everyone qualifies. So if you're familiar with having a bank account or a PayPal account, you have to qualify to be able to get that. Most of the world, more than half of the world, have no access to bank accounts or PayPal accounts or anything like that. They can't do it. With Bitcoin, everybody has access. So this is a completely new concept in what's going on with our money. So the whole idea was this, that you and I can do this, no borders, no fees, no third parties, and can it actually work? So when Bitcoin started, there was no value attached to it. It was just an experiment, a social experiment. And in the beginning, there was only a few people that had their computers attached to the network that were doing this Bitcoin mining. There was no money involved. It was just an experiment. And then May 22nd, 2010, so January 3rd, 2009 until May 22nd, 2010, that's about 17 months. And then we had the first transaction. One of these guys that had been getting a lot of Bitcoin from Bitcoin mining offered on a chat room one night 10,000 Bitcoin if someone would buy him a pizza. So a pizza was our very first transaction. And the guy in Florida offered this, and a guy in London said, no problem, I'll buy you a pizza. What do you want? Where do you want it from? What's their phone number? What's your address? I'll have it sent right over to you. So the guy got 2 Papa John's pizzas, cost about $25. The guy in London received 10,000 Bitcoin. So at that point, we now have a price, 10,000 Bitcoin for $25. So now more people start saying, well, hey, I want 10,000 Bitcoin. I'll give you $25, but Bitcoin is rare. People don't want to sell their Bitcoin. So like, no, thank you. So people start offering more money, offering $50, $100, $200, and the price started going up. So it actually took over a year and a half, and let me clear this out real quick. Hang on. Let me clear this up real quick. Hang on a second here. So it actually took over 1.5 years for the price to go from nothing, just an idea, to 10 cents. So since then, it's been another 6 years. So it's been another 6 years since then. So in the past 6 years, the price has now gone from 10 cents to, let's look this up. Hang on. Give me a second. Hang on. So right now we got a price of basically $634. I can just stay on this page actually. So now we got a price of $634. Let's put that in perspective. If you would have bought $1 worth of Bitcoin 6 years ago, you would have got 10 Bitcoin because they were only 10 cents a piece. Now you could sell each one for $634. So that means you would be getting for your 10 Bitcoin, your $1 worth, $6,340. That means if you would have bought $100 worth, you would have got 1,000 Bitcoin. You would now have $634,000. That's enough for a house, a Ferrari, a college education, all rolled into one for $100. In the past 6 years, there is no better investment on the planet than Bitcoin. It's the #1 investment of any investment, at least that I've ever seen. And I've said this at least 100, 200, 300 times, and I haven't had one person come back and go, no. For the past 6 years, here's a better investment. No one has said that. This is the best investment. Now, a lot of people think, okay, so what you're telling me is we missed it. Like, we should have gotten in 6 years ago. Now it's too late. Not at all. And let me explain why. And that's why we're all on here right now. So right now, as far as Bitcoin wallets go, there's only about 15 million people in the world that have a Bitcoin wallet. That's really not many people. Let's put that into perspective. A couple months ago, in a single day, Facebook had 1 billion unique users log into Facebook on a single day. 1 out of 7 people on the planet. That's a crazy number. Now, Bitcoin does not have the potential to be as big as Facebook. Bitcoin has the potential to be bigger than the internet. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but let's just think about that for a second. The internet is about education, communication, and entertainment. Bitcoin's about money. What's more important to you? And I think everybody on here will say 100% of the time, money is more important to us than education or communication or entertainment. If you got money, you can get anything you want. So that's where this has huge implications. Now, with the internet, when the internet was really getting started about 25 years ago, A lot of people would say, well, why will I spend thousands of dollars on a computer to send you an email? I can just call you. Or why would I spend thousands of dollars on a computer to play solitaire? I can just go buy a deck of cards. That doesn't make any sense to me. And then a lot of people thought to themselves, hey, the internet with this protocol, this platform, we could have video calls, we could host videos, we could share pictures, we can do this, we can do that. Like, people started thinking of all these great ideas that could be done on the internet. Those people saw the vision of where it could go, and that's our millionaires and billionaires of today. And so there are some people that are saying, Bitcoin, why do I need to be a part of Bitcoin? I don't need to pay for a plane ticket with Bitcoin. I can use my Visa card. I don't need to pay for a hotel room with Bitcoin. I can use my Visa card. They're being so small-minded and looking at like nothing of what Bitcoin is all about. We could talk for days and days and days about all of the different applications Bitcoin can do. We're just talking about the money. The money side is what 99% of Bitcoin is about today. 25 years ago, email was 99% of what the internet was about. Now, email is 1% of what the internet's about. 5-10 years from now, Bitcoin, the money, will be 1% of what Bitcoin, the technology, is about. And Bitcoin, the money, is the reward for powering Bitcoin, the technology. So what made the internet what it is today is having thousands and thousands and thousands of companies that make it very easy and fun to use the internet. 25 years ago, you had to be a very smart person and really understand like computer stuff to be able to really use the internet. Now, a 3-year-old can use the internet. A 5-year-old can use the internet, no problem. A lot of 7- and 8-year-olds are teaching their parents stuff about the internet. So now the internet's very simple and easy. Bitcoin's going to be the same way. Now, Bitcoin is already very usable. It's not complicated at all. It's just new. But what you're going to find over the next few years is there's going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of new companies that make it easy and simple and fun to use Bitcoin. It is going to be just as easy or easier to send Bitcoin to people in the near future, easier than using email. And this is Bitcoin Venture Capital. These are different Bitcoin companies. This is what they do in the world of Bitcoin when they've raised money, how much they raised in this round of funding, how much they raised total, and then who gave them the money. And these are like what round of funding that they're in. So of course you would start with seed and pre-seed, and then Series A or round 1, and then Series B, Series C, Series D, or round 1, round 2, round 3. So, or second round. So you can see like what's going on with these companies. More important than the companies, I think, is the trend. So let's go down here and look at really how this all started. So it was only a few years ago, 2012, there were 3 companies that raised money that were Bitcoin startup companies. One of them, Coinbase. And they raised $600,000, but there was 3 companies total that raised a total of $2 million. Now, I just noticed this. Coinbase, on their seed round in 2012, they raised $600,000. Let's just go back to the top real quick. Just want to show you real quick. Here, oh, that's Circle. I'm sorry, that's Circle. Where's last Coinbase? Coinbase. I think it was actually January 2015. There's Coinbase. $106 million now on their 3rd round of funding. So that's what I mean. Some of these Bitcoin companies could end up being bigger than Facebook. So 2013, $95 million was raised for Bitcoin startup companies. 2014, $361 million. And last year, 2015, $755 million. So we're talking about $1.2 billion in just the past 3 years. Forget about 2012. Just 13, 14, 15, 3 years, $1.2 billion. Now, if you go through the list of these investors, basically what you're going to see is a list of the world's richest, smartest people and a list of the world's biggest, strongest companies. So let's go back to this one in Coinbase again. So for the first time in the history of the New York Stock Exchange, they invested money in a company that's not publicly traded. 200-year-old company. And they're investing money for the first time in a non-publicly traded company. 75 million, but it's also USAA Bank, which is a huge bank in the US. BBVA Bank. I didn't even know who BBVA was until I was in Spain, and everybody there was like, whoa, BBVA, and I'm like, who's BBVA? Like, that's the largest bank in Spain. I was like, oh, I didn't know. Like, these are the people that are putting this money in here. And also you got Andreessen Horowitz. We'll show you Andreessen Horowitz again here in a second with 21 Inc. 21 Inc. raised $116 million in their first round of funding, plus another $5 million in their seed round. And again, you see Andreessen Horowitz. That's basically the group of guys that started eBay, PayPal, and Google. And then Circle Financial, $50 million in their third round, total of $76 million. Goldman Sachs is putting that money in. That's the one Circle. They just raised another $60 million, and you got more huge guys like jumping into it. I don't even know who these people are, but if they're giving them $60 million, they're obviously somebody. And then if we go down here, let me go find Chain. Where's Chain? Chain, here's Chain Infrastructure. I don't even know what Chain does. They haven't even launched anything yet. They've raised $43 million total. Some of their investors, Visa, NASDAQ, Citi Venture, Capital One. It's all the big banks. It's all of Wall Street. It's all the billionaires of the world that are dumping into this technology. When I saw this, I was like, whoa, I missed the internet. I'm not missing this one. This can be bigger than the internet. I'm not even kidding around about this. So what does this mean for us? How can we be a part of this? Obviously, you and I, we don't have millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars to dump in to investments to being a Bitcoin investor. We don't need to. We do Bitcoin mining. 100% of all of the new Bitcoin being generated every 10 minutes goes to people involved in Bitcoin mining. So you can see on here, these are the new blocks of Bitcoin, and they're coming out on average every 10 minutes. These are the people that it's being given to. Now, it's completely transparent, so if you go down here, you can actually click on, previous, and you could go back previous, all the way back to the very first block of Bitcoin. But you can see on here, there's a Bitclub network block. And if we actually go back to the front page, go down here to mining pool stats. Is a pie chart showing the market share of the top Bitcoin mining pools. You can see there is Bitclub Network. Now, right now, our number's a little low. Normally, we're a lot higher. We're about 4.5%, 5% of the network. Actually, we've just been a little unlucky right now. That happens sometimes. We're actually the 6th largest, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Normally, we're in this area. Just sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you get unlucky. I'll show you that in just a second. But let's look at the transparency for a second, because this is the important part. So these are the blocks of Bitcoin that we've hit just in the past few days. And if we click on one of these, you will see this block that we hit. You can see Bitclub Network, and you can see the block reward, 12.5 Bitcoin. And you can see it's newly generated coins, and they were deposited to this Bitcoin wallet address. So if we click on this address, you know this address belongs to Bitclub Network. So we've been mining Bitcoin to this wallet now for, I don't know, about 11 months, a little bit less than a year. And you can see on here, newly generated coins, newly generated coins, newly generated coins, newly generated coins, newly generated coins. And there's pages and pages and pages. Now, so far, we have mined 28,878 Bitcoin just in the past 11, 12 months to this wallet. There's actually still 8,732 Bitcoin in that wallet right now. If we change that to USD, just to kind of give perspective, that's $18.2 million worth of Bitcoin in the past 11, 12 months that have been divided and split between the Bitclub Network members. So if you've been a member of Bitclub Network, you got some of that $18 million. If you're not a member of Bitclub Network, then you did not get some of that $18 million. So let's go back over here, World Coin Index real quick. So on here, we can actually see the market capitalization, and you might not be able to hear me for a second. All right, I stopped talking for a second while pages load. A lot of times, if a page is loading, you can't hear me. All right, so World Coin Index shows the market capitalization of all the different cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is not the only one. If a cryptocurrency is legitimate, it will be on this list. Now, even if it is on this list, it doesn't mean it's not being manipulated. There are some coins that are, they call them pump and dump coins, where they're started, we'll talk about this in a little bit, they're started, prices artificially pressed up, people join it, and then they dump it, and then everybody loses their money. So those are bad. I'll show you signs where you can figure those out. But the main thing is, we're just talking about Bitcoin right now. So Bitcoin, you can see the market cap is $10 billion. 100% of that $10 billion started out by going to people involved in Bitcoin mining. If we are not involved in Bitcoin mining, this is not going to stop. It's going to keep going on. There's going to be billions of more dollars that are going to go to people involved in Bitcoin mining. If we're in, we get some. If we're not, we don't. It's just that simple. Now, there are other mining companies out there besides Bitclub Network. I'm not going to tell you. Oh, hang on one second. Now, I'm not going to tell you that we're any better than any other Bitcoin mining company, because generally our equipment is the same as their equipment. Our electricity is the same as their electricity. Everything about our mining operations are going to be very, very, very similar. We're going to get about the same amount of Bitcoin for the same amount of power as any other mining company. What makes us a little bit different is that we're about the distribution channel. We're network marketing. So if you are happy with some other mining company, which I think you will be, and then you refer your friends to them, you're going to get nothing. At most, maybe 3 or 4 or 5% one time, and that's it. With Bitclub Network, you can actually get wealthy promoting Bitclub Network, telling people about Bitcoin, telling people about Bitcoin mining, helping them get involved with Bitclub Network. They're going to be getting Bitcoin every single day, every single day, every single day, every single day, because we have a mine. And let me pull that up real quick. So the exact same as if you invested money into a gold mine and your money helped to purchase bulldozers and dynamite and smelting equipment and all of that so that you could mine the gold and process the gold, and then you invested money, and every day you're going to get a little bit of gold, a little bit of gold, a little bit of gold. This is the same thing. It takes programming skills and knowledge to mine Bitcoin. I personally have no idea how to mine a Bitcoin. I got no clue. But I got no problem investing into a Bitcoin mine. I let the guys that know how to do it, they mine the Bitcoin. I just get my Bitcoin every day. So that's all we do. And we have tens of thousands of members in Bitclub Network all over the world. We've been going for just under 2 years. And I really feel like we're just getting started. We're still at the beginning stages, and this is just really phase 1. Right now, we're getting into launching phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, kind of all at the same time. Again, we'll discuss that here in just a second. But I did want to see, does anybody have questions? And we do have a couple questions here already about Bitcoin. So give me a second here. Radek, if you got the link to be on this webinar, then you'll be getting the link for the recording. Don't you even worry about it. It'll be going out to everybody. Santok, when the banks feel threatened, will they combine themselves to hack or attack the mining system? Actually, they can't attack the system. Again, because it's a distributed network hosted on thousands and thousands and thousands of computers, there's no way to hack it. And that's why all the banks are investing not just millions, but tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars into Bitcoin. Every big bank has a Bitcoin division right now, and they're trying to figure out how they can adapt, because this is new technology as far as money goes. They are old technology. So that's where this thing is very interesting, because banks can't do anything, and they're trying to figure out a way to really be a part of this technology. I just don't know how they're going to do it, but they're smart. We'll see. Can government ban Bitcoin? There's actually two governments that have banned Bitcoin, and that would be Bangladesh and Iceland. And it's funny because most of our equipment for mining, and a lot of mining equipment, is in Iceland. They got no problem with mining Bitcoin in Iceland. It's just that in Iceland, their currency crashed a few years ago. They're trying to build up their new currency, and they're scared that with Bitcoin it could make their currency crash again. So they're asking businesses, do not accept Bitcoin, just stay with our Iceland currency. So that'll be interesting, to see what happened. They're also talking about making it where if you mined Bitcoin in Iceland, then you can use that Bitcoin in Iceland. But I don't know really how you would track that. That's kind of complicated and difficult to track. I don't think that could really be done. And then Bangladesh, they're just saying they don't want it there. Pretty simple, but that's the only two. Now, China has said on and off, we're going to ban it, we're not going to ban it, we're going to ban it, we're not going to ban it. The last time I heard anything about China was probably over a year ago, and as of right now, 90% of all transactions happen in China. So it's really big in China. Also, Russia has said they were going to do this, do that, on, off, and now Russia's like, yeah, we love blockchain technology. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting, but governments can't really stop it. Like, they could say, we don't want people to use it, but you can't stop it from actually happening. Like, if that's like the government banning gold and saying if you have gold, you're not allowed to have gold, you're not allowed to pass gold around, but they couldn't stop you if it's in your pocket. How can they tell it's in your pocket? So they can't really stop anything. And now that you have all the banks, billionaires, Microsoft, all these huge companies are all involved in a big way, I think it's way too late for Bitcoin to ever be stopped now. Between Bitcoin mining and cryptocurrency trading, which are more profitable? Well, at the moment, we're only doing Bitcoin mining. We haven't started trading yet, and I don't really know. And as part of the trading, we're going to be doing things to actually put even more money from our trading into our mining. So our whole thing that we're trying to accomplish here is make it where our mining is more profitable than any other mining entity, because we're going to even subsidize it from some of the money that we're making with our trading. So I don't know if the trading will make more. I think it will, but I don't know if it will. But we're going to get it to where, because we have big clients for the trading that are going to have millions, tens of millions in our trading platform that are separate from the downlines, and we're going to be doing splits, 50-50 splits with them, and from that 50% that we're getting, we're going to be putting a lot of that into the mining pools to really pump up the mining pool. So if you're asking me, should you wait to put money into the trader and don't put it into mining now? Absolutely not. Because I don't know how soon the trader is going to be available. I mean, it could be 2 weeks, could be 4, 5, 6 weeks. I don't know exactly. So, no, do not wait. Some of the concerns I get is that countries can block their users from using Bitcoin. Now, Arthur, that's a very bold, broad statement that I have no documentation on and I've not seen. I travel nonstop. I have been in ridiculous amounts of countries, and I can use Bitcoin everywhere. And I don't know how a country would ever be able to block a user from using Bitcoin except for to turn off the entire internet. So when you say you have concerns about that, that makes no sense to me whatsoever, like at all. And when you say, what about the U.S.? What about the U.S.? Bitcoin works just fine in the U.S. No problem whatsoever. Now, Bitclub Network, if you're in the U.S. and you want to be a part of Bitclub Network, we don't do business in the U.S. So talk to your upline about that. But yeah, we don't like do business in the U.S. at all. Yeah, talk to your upline, about getting my info. I don't give it out on webinars, sorry. Daniel, what about Russia? What about Russia? Russia's great. We have teams in Russia that are doing just fine right now. So yeah, no problem with Russia. James, if an economic breakdown were to occur and global currencies crashed, how would Bitcoin survive or get valued? So, James, that's an interesting question that you ask, and the way most people see it is that when bad stuff happens, like when China puts on currency controls, the price of Bitcoin goes up. When Greece makes it where no matter how much money you have in the bank, you can only have 60 euro a day, Bitcoin works fine, but currency does not, then price goes up. It's like the more economic bad news there is, the more the price of Bitcoin goes up, because you can trust math. You can't trust people. Math does not lie. So with Bitcoin, it's open source. You can see everything in the code that runs Bitcoin, and you can see exactly what's going to happen. There is no guessing. There is no person that can change it. Everybody that hosts Bitcoin has to make a decision together if any changes are ever going to be made. It's 51%. And for changes to the code, it's actually normally 70 to 90% of people have to accept the code for the code to change. And nobody is going to do negative things to the code. So no, completely safe in my view. I hope that makes sense. Jesse, are more Bitclub Network ATMs going to be deployed? Well, we have some that are already deployed, and people are like, oh, I want to buy a share, I want to buy a share, I want to buy a share. Okay, so here's the thing. If I right now said, okay, everybody, we're going to sell shares in our Bitcoin ATMs, here they are, we would probably sell out the shares in 1 hour. Here's my issue. I don't think it's profitable. I don't want your money if I can't make you money. I don't want you to put money into something where you put $1,000 in and over a 3-year period of time, you get $300 out. I'm not going to do that to you. So Bitcoin ATMs, if something changes, I'll let people be a part of it. But I don't want anybody's money to be in something that I think is a bad investment. So I made a bad investment. That's okay. I think the technology is good. I just think that 5 years from now, Bitcoin ATMs will be completely unnecessary, because you will be able to pay everywhere with Bitcoin with your phone. So kind of same, people don't carry cash around very much anymore. They just carry their cards, and you can buy anything with a Visa card. It's going to be the same thing. You can buy anything with your phone. So people aren't going to really need to carry cash or go to an ATM or get cash. And a lot of merchants will have it where you could give the merchant Bitcoin and they can give you cash. So why go all the way to an ATM if you can just get it right from a merchant? So I hope that makes sense. So, I mean, if things change and I think it could be profitable, then yes, we'll probably do it. But at the moment, I don't want anybody to lose any money. So I hope that makes sense. So thank you. Is there going to be a trader pool, and if so, is it separate to the 3 money? Yes, there will be separate pools, Chris. I don't want to get into all the specifics at the moment. We're working on all of that. over the next few weeks, we will start like putting out some web pages and some marketing stuff and videos and all that kind of stuff for the trader. I just don't want people to be distracted right now. I know a lot of people are excited about the trader, and I understand. I really, really, really do. It's just not ready for us to sell yet. And right now, the mining is awesome. I mean, we have so much new mining equipment getting installed right now. This is going to be big. Like, we're going to be one of the big, big, big guys in Bitcoin mining. We're going to really be able to control a lot, and our members are going to profit a lot from what we're able to set up. So I think mining is awesome, and I think we're going to be doing mining for a long, 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 long time. So I don't want people to think, oh, the mining's bad, let's wait for the trader. It's not like that at all. And again, mining might be making more money than the trader for the first few months. I don't know yet exactly how it's going to be. So hope that makes sense. Is it possible if one day Bitclub network can be accessed same as Hash Ocean? Okay, so I wish I would have read that first before I actually read it out loud. Okay, so Hash Ocean was a Ponzi scheme that was not legitimate ever from day one. They are liars. And there are many other companies just like Hash Ocean, like BitKingdom and different ones like that, that are all a bunch of garbage liars. And most people, when they hear their pitches, go, wow, this sounds amazing, this sounds amazing, this sounds amazing, but they're just stories. And that's why I showed you the blockchain with the wallets for Bitclub Network, so you could see that we are doing mining. And then when you look at the payouts from some of these other companies, they pay 5, 6, 7 times more than Bitclub Network does. The reason they're paying that much more is because they're lying. They're fake payouts. So they can only do it for so long, and then they stop paying and they steal everybody's money, and it's just gone. And they never bought any mining equipment. And there's many of them like that. And they're all over the world. It's not just like in one place. They're all over. You got, what is it? Skill Dragon in South Africa and other places, and it's just all these guys, and they're just liars, 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 and they go, oh no, we have contracts with this company or that company. Don't tell me, show me. And until somebody can show me what they're talking about, they're a liar. Now, if they can prove to me, then obviously they're not lying. I would love to be able to say in the Bitcoin world that there's us, and then there's this company also, and we're both great. I would love to say that. Look, in the nutrition industry, you have different juices that are all great. You have different people selling skin cream that are all great. Makeup, they're all great. Like, you have a bunch of different companies that they're great, great, great companies. In the world of Bitcoin, you have us that's legitimate, and then you have a bunch of liars. And until those liars can prove what they're doing, they're liars. And if anybody is paying out 3, 4, 5 times more than we are through mining, they are 100% liars. There's nothing they can do. We know what we make from mining. And when all of a sudden they pay 5 times more, oh, we're more efficient than Bitclub Network. No, you're not. No, you're not. So hope that makes... yeah, Gain Bitcoin, that's another one. Like, there's 100 of these things. Look, there's at least 20 Bitcoin mining MLMs that have started that have literally copied Bitclub Network's website word for word. Now, that's very flattering, but I feel bad for the people that give them money because they're just getting robbed. And there's been a lot of them, and there's going to be a lot more of them. So please be careful. Make sure you get documentation. Okay, let's move on from that. I've said enough. Hang on one second. Please, can you repeat the website with the investors? Thank you. Yeah. So with the investors, you want to go to CoinDesk, and then under price and data on CoinDesk, you'll see Bitcoin Venture Capital. And again, I think that's one of the most important pages for me personally in all of Bitcoin. Okay, Sandy, any news on the trading platform? When it's ready, you will know, I promise you. We're not going to like not announce it. Yeah, we will let you know as soon as it's ready. Okay, so let's move on. We got a lot more stuff to cover today. We still got a ton more stuff to cover. Okay, so the mining is just what got us started. But we're not really a technology company. We're a marketing company. We're a distribution company. And so in the world of Bitcoin that you just saw with all the venture capital, there's many different types of revenue streams, many different types of companies in all these different types of revenue streams. We're going to be able to do lots and lots and lots of really cool different things to make money and capitalize on this market. You can come out with the greatest product in the world. If you don't have a way to distribute it, it's just going to sit in your living room and no one's ever going to know about it. You could have something that's not really that great, but if you have the biggest distribution, you'll sell millions of dollars worth of it. Amway's the perfect example. If Amway comes out with some new product, doesn't matter what it is, they put it through the distribution channel, they sell millions of dollars worth of it their first month because they have the distribution. They have millions of people that go and look and see this new product and boom, they're all over it. And so when we find good technologies and good platforms to make money in the world of cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, we can add that in through our distribution channel. So the next thing that we're doing, and of course people are talking about the trader, when that's ready, we'll launch that, and that'll probably be within the next month that it will get launched, but that's not even where the big stuff is, in my opinion. So we are starting our own payment platform called CoinPay. And CoinPay is a smart payment app. We don't like talking about merchant accounts because merchant accounts are so evil and negative, and most people that have had merchant accounts have been screwed over by the merchant accounts. That's just what merchant accounts do. And the way they're able to do that to us is we need their service, and they know that, and they have control of our money. So when a customer comes and a customer does a transaction, it goes to the merchant account. The merchant account takes their fees, the rolling reserves, so they hold some of the money just in case of fraud. They give us the rest a week later, but they're still holding money, plus they got all their fees, 1.5%, 2%, 3%, sometimes even 5%, 7%, 8%, 9% for some of these merchant accounts. And then rolling reserves of 10, 15, 20% for 6 months. It's crazy. And then eventually, whenever you're like, okay, I'm done with your merchant account, give my money, they're like, oh, no, we have to hold this to wait for chargebacks. Oh, you have this fee, you have that fee, and they just rob you. It is brutal. I have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars to merchant accounts over the year. Hundreds of thousands. And there's nothing you can do. So our platform that's very different helps any business to accept Bitcoin. We're also going to have Ethereum and then also Clubcoin. We'll talk about Clubcoin in just a minute. So you can go to a business, doesn't matter what kind of business, set them up to accept this. If they don't really understand cryptocurrency and they don't want to keep the coins, they don't have to. We can get it where they can trade it in for whatever currency that they, wherever country they're in, get their own currency and have that deposited in their bank account. And it's only going to be 1% flat rate. Now here's where it gets awesome and where we're so different from all the other payment platforms. Whenever somebody, any business, accepts money from a customer, all of the money will go directly to them. 99% will go in one wallet, 1% will go into a separate wallet that is a dual signature wallet. It takes 2 signatures to move that 1%. Now, we have signed to have that 1% come back to us. All they have to do is go and hit send, and that gives the digital signature to send that 1% to us. So they're collecting all of their money and then sending the 1% to us after the fact. So they don't even have to trust us. They're going to get all their money immediately. And then we can have it set up to where it's automated to change into whatever fiat currency they want. Doesn't matter if they're in whatever country, it doesn't matter, anywhere in the world, and they can get that money in their bank account, no problem. Or they can have a percent stay in cryptocurrency and a percent go into fiat, whatever they want to do. So when we were thinking about this, and we've been working on this for almost a year now, we spent way over $1 million on this platform. And I know it's taken longer than we thought, but it's going to be amazing. It'll be worth it. We can't launch it till it's ready, but it's getting close. We also have an amazing CEO. Her name's Jane Wu. We're going to have office for CoinPay in Hong Kong, and it will actually be separate from Bitclub Network, but we'll talk a little bit more about that here in just a second. So one thing that makes our payment platform way better than everybody else is not just our technology, but also that we have tens of thousands of members. And actually, if you look at our free members also, we have over 100,000 members now in Bitclub Network worldwide. So we can go to businesses and say, hey, we have over 100,000 members. We'll let you advertise to our members. You don't have to pay us anything to advertise to our members. The only thing we ask is that you give our members a discount. So if they bring in 4 shirts for dry cleaning, do 1 for free. If they come in and buy a pizza, then give them a free Coke. If whatever, give them a little discount. If you spend money in advertising in a newspaper, most times you're going to advertise a special, a discount. If you run a television commercial, normally you are advertising a special or a discount. So just give our members a discount. Now, the way they'll know it's our members is our members pay with ClubCoin. So when we started Bitclub Network, let me pull ClubCoin. So when we started Bitclub Network, we had no idea that we were going to have ClubCoin, like no clue. And after we were going for about 6 months, we had the idea of CoinPay and then wrapping ClubCoin into it. So we decided to start ClubCoin. We built ClubCoin, and we pre-mined about 80 million ClubCoins. And then we're like, okay, how are we going to do this? Like, do we start giving it away now? Do we sell it really cheap? Like, what do we do to distribute ClubCoin? And we decided, let's just give it away to all of our members all the way back to the very, very, very beginning, from the first day that we started. And so when we say ClubCoin's free, we literally mean it's free. People that joined in the beginning, before we ever had the idea for ClubCoin, got ClubCoin, no charge, free. And if they didn't want to keep it, they could go and sell it right now online immediately. It's actually up on Bittrex. Let me pull it up. So this is Bittrex. Hang on. All right, so this is Bittrex, and on Bittrex you can actually see all the different cryptocurrencies, and there's pages and pages and pages of them. And here's ClubCoin right here. It actually went up 3.7% today. So if you click on ClubCoin, the current rate of ClubCoin is 20-something cents. We'll see what it is here real quick. So right now, last trade was for about 25 cents, and it's been in the 24 to 25 cent range in the past 24 hours. You can actually look. Oh, it's not showing. I don't know why it doesn't have the chart all the way back. Normally it does. I think that has to do with my computer, with my cookies. But you should be able to see back for months and months and months and months, and I don't know why it's not doing that. This is only showing me like the past week. But you can see, there it is. And if you look at the order book, go to 100%. So you can see these are the people that are selling ClubCoin, and it's no problem people want to sell ClubCoin. These are the people that want to buy ClubCoin. And so with Bitclub Network has said ClubCoin like will never go below 5 cents. And so you can see here like this huge buy wall, and people don't want to sell. People want to actually buy. So it'll never go below 5 cents, but it's hanging at 25 cents because people see the vision. So imagine for a minute is that with CoinPay, you can buy $100 worth of ClubCoin, and actually you'd have to change $100 worth of Bitcoin into $100 worth of Club Coin, and that would cost you 25 cents. So the fee is 0.25%. So 25 cents, you can change $100 worth of Bitcoin into $100 worth of Club Coin. But then you can go and save $5, $10, $20 because of the discounts that these businesses are giving to get new customers coming in there. That creates demand. All of the prices on all the cryptocurrencies 100% have to do with supply and demand. So we already know the supply of Bitcoin is going down over time. 50 every 10 minutes, 25 every 10 minutes, 12.5 every 10 minutes, 6.25. The supply is going to be going down, 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 and the demand you already saw in that chart is going up, 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 up. That's what creates this supply demand with the price shooting up. So same thing with Club Coin. Over time, the supply goes down and the demand goes up. If we get 50,000, 100,000 businesses on CoinPay that are all giving discounts all over the world, if you use Club Coin, the price of Club Coin could be ridiculous. I think in the next year and a half or so, Club Coin could be $10 or $20 for one Club Coin. The next 3 or 4 years, you could see a price of $100, $200, $300 for one Club Coin. Again, if we have 50,000, 100,000, 200,000 businesses giving discounts, it's the coin to get a discount with. So that's where this could be really, really, really special. Now, is that guaranteed? Absolutely not. We have a lot of work to do over the next few years. We have a lot of things that have to fall in place really, really, really perfectly. I mean, this is not going to be easy at all, but we got a shot at it. We have a chance, and everybody that signs up in Bitclub Network gets free Club Coin. Now, that's just till the end of this year. After January 1st, 2017, we're not giving away any more Club Coin. There will be no more to give away. There's 80 million Club Coins. We've already given away 60 million of them that are all available. Now, what's cool about Club Coin, though, is that whatever Club Coin you have, you don't have to actually mine with it. Like, you don't mine Club Coin. You stake Club Coin. So you can download the wallets onto your computer. There's also a wallet on Coinomi, C-O-I-N-O-M-I, so C-O-I-N-O-M-I on Android, for a wallet for your phone, and this is for a wallet on your computer. So this is what the wallet looks like. And all you have to do is leave the wallet open. So if you want to receive Club Coin, you can set up new addresses. This would be your wallet address. So you can withdraw your Club Coin immediately right after you sign up in Bitclub Network and get your Club Coin. And once you have your Club Coin here, then you just leave the wallet open. So you can minimize it. You just hit minus, and when it minimizes, it'll sit down here in your tray, but it will be using your coins as votes towards verifying and securing the network. That's what's really powerful about this. So you're actually staking, and for the first 2 years that Club Coin is in existence, it'll be 20% new coins put into the market. Years 3 and 4, 10% new coins. Years 5 and 6, 5% new coins. So let's say that you went on Bittrex and you decide you want to buy some more Club Coin. You could do that, go on here and stake them, and you're going to get 20% new coins. So let's say that you had purchased 10,000 Club Coins. Over the next year, you'll end up getting an extra 2,000 Club Coins from staking. If you bought 100,000, you'd end up with 20,000 new Club Coins from staking. There are people in Bitclub Network that have bought nearly 1 million Club Coin themselves off the open market. So yeah, and you can see, like, these are all hidden blocks of Club Coins. It's just getting more and more and more money, and you can actually see this on World Coin Index. So if we go here to market cap, and there's Club Coin. Now, the numbers on the side here, you'll see they're not in order. These are actually based on volume. This is the order of market cap. So you can see our market cap right now is $22 million. We started with 80 million club coins. We've already given away 60 million club coins. So that's 75% have already been given away to members. So 75% of 22 million, that's like $15 million. So there's $15 million that our members have collected. And plus you have the other 18 million from mining in the past year. So how much money is that? That's like, I don't know, 30-something million gone to our members. It's amazing, amazing. Like that's what's so special about this, and it's real. It's not like these other fake coins where it's like, oh, we're better than Bitcoin, we're this, we're that, we're going to be this, we're going to be that. And it's like, okay, where's the wallet? It's not there. Or some of these other coins where it's like, yeah, you can buy our coin from the open market, or you can buy from us at the same price. It's like, okay, well, I guess we could have done that. We could have started the coin and said, okay, buy from the open market or buy from us at the same price. But instead, we just gave it away free to all of our members. It's free. It's free. Where these other people, they mine, like there's one of the coins right here, like this Yo coin right here. They have 300 million coins, 300 million. And they're a network marketing company. And they say, buy from the open market or buy from us. What they don't tell you is that they own all 300 million of these coins. And that once they sell those 300 million coins to all the people that are joining, then they're finished. Coins are gone. There's nothing else for us to do. You bought all the coins from us. We're out of coins. We got the money. You got the coins. Bye. See you later. And people are so stupid that they keep giving their money away. And I don't know why people do this. Like this little advertising here, coins, earn 3% daily. These idiots are liars also. These guys tell everybody, oh, we sell electricity to Bitcoin miners. And we get electricity for 3 cents, and we sell it to them for 5 cents, and we can actually give you a split on that money that we're making. We're one of the biggest mining operations, and we know all of the big mining operations, and we know where all of the mining operations are, and we know what all of them pay for electricity. These guys are liars. And I feel bad for all of the people that fall for these network marketing scam crypto things on stories. It's just stories. Do not listen to stories. You need proof and evidence. Again, what makes a scam is a good story. If it wasn't a good story, you wouldn't give them money. They would be a terrible scam because they wouldn't have a good story. Now, I have been scammed many times in my life, and people go, Russ, you can trust me. Russ, you can trust me. I'm like, you know what? I do trust you. The problem is I've only lost money to people that I trusted. The people I didn't trust, I didn't give them any money. It was the people I trusted that I lost money to. So don't trust anybody. And anything you hear me say, you don't have to believe anything I say, nothing I say. Google is your friend. YouTube is your friend. All of the stuff that I'm showing you, you can go and verify on your own by yourself. Never one time have I ever sat with anybody, explained all this to them and said, okay, sign up now, give me your money. It's going to be gone tomorrow. It's not going to be gone tomorrow. It'll be here tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day. We have people joining now that I talked to a year and a half ago and they didn't join, and now they're like, oh, the stupidest decision I ever made was not joining Bitclub Network. I'm in now. Great. We're glad to have you now. I feel like we're just getting started now. I feel like the first 2 years of our existence has been the really hard time. Now the really easy time is going to be starting. So if you've been in for a long time and you've built up your big base, awesome. If you're just getting started right now, hey, you know what? You couldn't be starting at a better time, to be honest with you. Now, I think 3 or 4 years from now, it's too late. But that's okay because we have the end in mind. Remember I told you that when we started Bitclub Network, there was no club coin, and we ended up giving it away to everybody, even though they didn't expect it. Well, CoinPay is kind of the same thing. We've been building it and we're getting ready to launch it, but when we launch it, we're actually giving a percentage of the company away to all of our members, all the way back to the first day that we joined, or the first day that we started. Nobody's expecting it. Everybody's getting it. So that's the thing. Like, we're a club. We're not a company. We're a club. Bitclub Network was started by a group of friends who told a group of friends who told a group of friends, and every single person that's in Bitclub Network signed up with a friend of theirs who signed up with a friend of theirs. So, like, we're one big family of friends. And a lot of the top leaders in Bitclub Network just look at this as a whole different type of business from anything we've ever been involved with before. It's just completely different atmosphere and feeling. And sorry, sometimes I go off on tangents. I just feel bad because I do meetings and people are like, "Oh, Russ, I lost $50,000 in this scam. I lost $20,000 in this scam. I lost." I'm like, I told you not to join. Well, they're like, "No, I didn't know you then, but I told somebody that knows you." And so I try and warn everybody about all these different scams that are out there. Again, they're good stories. Just please be careful. All right, so let's take some more questions. Hang on a second here. All right, Radoslaw, I'll get 0.00079 Bitcoin a day for 500. Share with what would I get for the 1,000? Okay, so you're comparing one day right now, but what you're not looking at, Radoslaw, is that over time, as you're making repurchases, you're getting more shares. So eventually you'll have 2, 3, 4 shares that you're getting that on. So you got to multiply that. And so the 1,000 share gets twice as much as the 500 share. And the 2,000 gets twice as much as the 1,000. So that's the thing you got to look at there. It's basically just double, double, double. But it's going to grow. And like I said, we've been unlucky here lately. Once our luck turns around, which we were really lucky right before the halving. And so I'm glad that we got lucky before the halving, and now we're getting unlucky after the halving. If we would have gotten unlucky before the halving and then lucky after the halving, we would have made half the money. So right now we've been really unlucky, and we've been waiting for a lot of equipment. We've paid for 20% more equipment than we actually have hooked up right now, so we're waiting for it to get hooked up. You can actually track all of that on Bitclub Pool. So this is actually our pool. You can see all the stuff that we have running. If you go to Pool Stats, so you can actually see all the hashing power that we have running. And this is actually supposed to be around 50%. So I guess there's some that's kind of messed up, and sometimes stuff gets knocked off, then they fix it. And, so it's kind of all over the place. But what's cool is that you can actually track our last 5, 10, 25, 50, 100, 250, 500, 1,000 blocks. See how much time it took, all of that. And you can even look at all the blocks that we've ever hit, ever. And you can go through all of this on your own. This is the number of the block that we hit, and you can just click on it, and it actually takes you to blockchain.info. So it takes you to a third-party website separate, so you can document everything. And so you can actually see when the halving was, when we went from 25 Bitcoin per block to 12.5 Bitcoin per block. So that was, not too long ago, less than a month ago. And so you can see everything. Now, what's really cool about this is that you can verify that we're making millions of dollars a month from mining. Millions of dollars a month going to our members for mining. So if no more new people join, it's okay. We already have millions of dollars coming in that will get paid out to our members every single month on a daily basis. So it's kind of like the perfect thing that we have going on right now. I absolutely love it. So hope that makes sense. That was kind of a long answer for a short question. Sorry. Knight, I wish this webinar would be done on a monthly basis. Me too, Knight. I want to do one of these like every week. My problem is that everywhere I go, everybody's like, Russ, I need you to meet with these guys. Russ, I need you to meet with these guys. Russ, I need you to meet with these guys. And I have lists of things that I need to get done that are always just like kind of put back. And I apologize. I haven't been doing more webinars. I am definitely going to work on doing at least one webinar a month, maybe even 2 webinars a month. The webinar started 1 hour and 15 minutes ago. Well, glad to have you here, Hans. You missed 1 hour and 15 minutes worth. Don't worry, it's recorded. You can check it out all out. Knight, I would like to suggest that Bitclub can use the Ethereum smart contract to write all its people existing contracts. I'm not a pro yet at understanding the whole Ethereum smart contract system yet. I know that it has huge potential. I just don't know how well that's working yet. There's kind of still in the building phase of it, but I'm not an expert on that. But if there's something really cool that can be done there, we will do it. I'm just not an expert on that. So we got a lot of stuff we're working on now than trying to start even more new stuff. Chris, Clubcoin wallet for Mac. Yeah, it's right there on clubcoin.co. Right there. So, yep, it's available right now. In fact, we're the first proof-of-stake coin to have a Mac wallet. Proof-of-stake was started with Blackcoin, and Josh, who really helped invent Blackcoin, him and his team that built Blackcoin from the beginning and invented proof-of-stake, they all work for Clubcoin now. And so they do a lot of really cool development. If you go up here to the Facebook link, that will actually take you to the Clubcoin Facebook page. If you ever need any help with anything to do with Clubcoin, just go there. They will help you, and it's the people that invented proof of stake that will be helping you. So it's really, really amazing what we've been able to do with that. So I hope that makes sense. Hold on 1 second here. Redo, what is the mining daily profit on pool 2 and pool 3 in Bitcoins? I don't know. It's like twice as much. Pool 2 is twice as much as pool 1. Pool 3 is twice as much as pool 2. If you've been in for more than a year, then you don't have 1 share, you have 2 shares, so you're making twice as much no matter what pool you're in. So, Joey, what's up, Russ? What is the founder bonus for September? That's a good question. I guess I should be talking to the guys and doing that. I know every month it goes down 1, so I think September. Actually, no, this is August coming up. So August coming up. Oh, and by the way, real quick before I forget, with the mining, you're getting club coins. With the trading platform, there will be no club coins giving away with the trading platform. So some people are like, well, Russ, should I wait for the trading platform? It might pay out more. It might pay out more, but you're getting no club coins at all. So I would definitely get involved with the mining because you're getting club coins. Just saying. So I don't know exactly for September. For August, that's coming up. I think it's going to $12 gets 1 club coin, and then the bonus will probably be, I don't even know if it's 800 or 600 extra for a founder. I'm not sure yet. But it'll be up there. In fact, I got to talk to them here in a little bit because that's going to be changing any minute now. So I don't know how they have it set, but we'll find out. Isabel, 1 block was orphaned yesterday or the day before. What did it mean? Okay, so everybody gets orphans. And an orphan is basically when 2 miners hit the same block at the same time, and only one can get it. And so I think in the past year, I think we've hit about 5 orphans, maybe 6 total. So it's not very often that we get an orphan, but every mining operation gets orphans. It's just I don't understand exactly, except for it's two that hit about the same time, but only one can get it. And so I've seen them where we've done that with people where we get it and the other person gets the orphan, and I've seen it where we get the orphan. So just something that happens. And when you get the orphan, you get nothing. So orphans are bad. Santo, if no people join, will it reduce the repurchasing? Will it affect in getting new equipment, which might affect the market share of mining? No, actually, the exact opposite. If no more new people joined, we'd be a closed circuit, and all the equipment would get caught up for all of the people that are in, and all the repurchases would happen for all the people that are in. When we have new people joining, and we make purchases for new equipment, sometimes it takes 2 or 3 months, sometimes even 4 months to get delivery of the equipment. So if you were a new person getting involved in Bitcoin mining and you put $1 million, you made a purchase for $1 million from Bitmain or from Bitfury, it might take you 2 or 3 months to take delivery of that equipment. So you're making zero for those 3 months. Where with us, it's only 10-day waiting period. So a new person joins, or 1,000 new people join, and after 10 days, they're in. So that is reducing the payout because they're getting paid, even though the equipment they paid for isn't hooked into the system yet. Where if no new people joined and all that equipment ended up getting delivered, now it's just us dividing in what we all paid for. There's nobody in that's getting payouts that didn't actually contribute to equipment. So no, actually it'd be kind of different. It'd actually pay out more if we didn't have new people joining, which is kind of weird. But yeah, I see how you think. Like, it's weird in Bitcoin and in network marketing, a lot of things are backwards from the way you think it would be. So like, even like the price of Bitcoin, when people say, hey Russ, like, don't you wish that the price of Bitcoin would go up? Absolutely not. I wish the price of Bitcoin would go down to $300 right now. Like, I wish right now. Hang on. Please, I got my fingers crossed with my eyes closed. Please go down to $300 right now. Hang on, let's go check. It did not. Let me hit refresh. Nope, it didn't go down. All right, so the price is still at $631. Hang on, reset this page. Now people think, Russ, you must be crazy. You have a ton of Bitcoin. Why would you want the price of Bitcoin to go down? Simple. I'm not really selling Bitcoin right now. I'm accumulating Bitcoin, and all of our members are accumulating Bitcoin right now. Now, if somebody's joining Bitclub Network, they have to go buy Bitcoin. So let's say they're going to join for $1,000. If the price of Bitcoin is 200 or the price of Bitcoin is 1,000, it's no different for the person that's joining because they're putting $1,000 in. So if the price is 200, they're buying 5 Bitcoin to join Bitclub Network. If the price is $1,000, they're buying 1 Bitcoin to join Bitclub Network. So we're getting commissions based on an amount of Bitcoin. So if somebody joins with 5 Bitcoin and you're getting whatever percent, you're getting that percent of 5 Bitcoin. So if you made 20% in commissions from that person, you made a full Bitcoin. If they join with 1 Bitcoin and you got 20%, you're getting 0.2 Bitcoin. What do you want? 0.2 Bitcoin or 1 whole Bitcoin? Of course you want a whole Bitcoin. So that's why we want the price to be low now, after a bunch of our members have accumulated 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 Bitcoin, then we'll want the price to go up. But right now we're accumulating. So I hope that makes sense to everybody, even though you didn't really ask me. But yeah, price of Bitcoin being low is better than being high right now because we're all getting Bitcoin. We're not sitting on 100,000 Bitcoin ready to sell. So that makes sense. Hans, I have one pool 1 and one pool 2. Should I buy another pool 1 or should I wait till I have enough to buy another pool 3? So what you could do, Hans, is in Bitclub Network, you could actually buy a partial share of pool 3. So that's a really great question, actually. So over the long run, eventually you want to be able to pull out more money. So pool 3, you can pull out 70%. Now in the beginning, I recommend that you set it to, 80, 90, 100% repurchase for the first 6 months or a year. Then once you have a bunch of shares built up, then you're pulling out, but you can pull out 70% on pool 3. So if you go into the back office, you can buy partial shares of pool 3. So I hope that makes sense. So if you're going to buy, more pool 1, more pool 2, you don't have to wait till you have enough for a full share pool 3. You can actually do a partial share, unless you want it run through the binary also. If you want it to run through the binary also, like if you're really building teams, and I guess it goes into building teams. So if you're really building teams, then yeah, you want to wait to buy. And actually, no, you don't really want to wait unless you have positions underneath. It's kind of a weird question. And actually, if I think about it, no, you want to buy a partial share. You don't want to wait. You just buy the partial share. That's the smart way to do it. So I hope that makes sense. Tim, is there going to be a time when Bitclub stops accepting new members? I don't know that we'll ever have a time when we'll stop accepting new members. We could get to the point where our mining operation is so big it doesn't make any sense to get any bigger for the mining operation. So we would stop taking people for the mining, but we would still be taking people for the trader or other platforms that we end up launching. But we would never stop accepting new members. It just might not be for mining anymore. You're very welcome, Joey. You're welcome, Isabella. Santo, can we get early notice for the next webinar? If I know early, I'll let everybody know early. It's just that after breakfast today, I made a decision. I'm not waiting any longer to do a webinar. I'm doing a webinar today. So I set it up for 2 hours in advance and basically had to rush to get ready for that. And there's people, like multiple people, that want to have meetings with me later today and then tomorrow and the next. Like, it's never ending. So I just never know exactly when we're going to do this. I wish I did. I'm just, like, for years, I sat in my house with 2 giant, monitors for my computer and did webinars every day. And now I travel and do face-to-face meetings and big meetings with, hundreds, even thousands of people now around the world. But I always record them. So even if somebody can't make it, right after this is done, I'll get this uploaded to YouTube. We'll get it out to everybody. So even if somebody can't make it live, it's okay. We'll have it recorded. The main thing with this webinar, because I want everybody to be clear on a few things. I know it's a lot of information if you're hearing this for the very first time. And I know a lot of this, it's like, whoa, this is crazy, a lot of info, and it all makes sense, but it almost sounds too good to be true. Again, you don't have to believe anything I say. You can go find out if this is real on your own. And as good as this sounds right now, I promise you, as you do your own research over the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month from now, whatever you think you know right now, I promise you will think it's 10 times better a month from now than right now. Most people can't even really come up with good questions when they hear this for the first time. It takes them a week or 2 weeks of learning more about Bitcoin before they really start getting the good questions. Now, luckily, we have people that are asking some good questions on here because they've been involved for a while. So hang on. We got a bunch of new questions coming up right now. So hang on. Let's go through some more questions. Welcome, Tim. Santo, you're very welcome. Joey, regarding the partial purchase, if you don't have any, will that partial share earn a little bit from the mining, or does it have to be a full share for it to earn? Okay, so to buy a partial share of any pool, you have to already have one full share in that pool to buy partial shares. So yes, like on a daily basis, if one share pays X and you have 1.7 shares, you will get 1.7X. So yes, you're always earning, absolutely. James, how much would a partial share cost, and do you need to be in the pool before the one you want partial share in? So if you wanted a share in pool 3, you would have to buy in pool 2, so you're kind of not jumping pools. Or can you jump pools? Complete noob to Bitclub Network, but not to Bitcoin. Oh, well, James, great. Welcome to Bitclub Network. Glad to have you on here. Okay, so kind of like what I was just saying, if you already purchased pool 1, you can buy a partial share in pool 1. But if you don't have pool 2, you cannot buy a partial share of pool 2. So let's say you already have pool 1, and now you want to buy $50 more, so you would now have 1.1 shares of pool 1. So whatever the daily payout is, you would get times 1.1 of whatever that daily payout was for that day. So hope that makes sense. Great question. Thank you. Logan Nathan. It's like 2 first names. Hi, I have bought partial shares worth 0.04524 Bitcoin, but is showing only 0.0296 Bitcoin in my mining pool shares account. What happened to the balance of it? Can you please see? With what you just said there, that makes no sense to me whatsoever. So for that, please send a support ticket, and then they can figure that out and give you the information. There's no way, I have no idea how to answer what you just asked me, because I've never been asked anything remotely close to that ever. Here's what I can tell you. Whatever you are asking me, it's just you're not understanding it. It's definitely correct, because if it wasn't correct, I'd have 100 people texting me going, Russ, this is messed up. Russ, this is messed up. So I know it's correct. I just don't know what exactly it is you're asking about. But if you go to the back office, give me 1 second. So for those of you, hang on a second. Hang on. I just changed my password recently, and give me a second. I'll figure it out in a second. Or I won't. Hang on, what was it? Maybe I didn't change it. Let me see. Maybe I didn't change it. Oh, too many failed attempts. Now I can't even log in. That's all right. In the back office, you will see on there where it says support and support tickets. So just put in a support ticket, put that on there. They'll figure it out for you. They'll let you know. Amit, what are the returns in the 3,500 founders pool? I don't know exactly. That is one thing that kind of blows my mind, that so many people continue to ask. And I understand. I mean, I do understand why, because so many people in network marketing are pitched on all of these passive programs, and 100% of them are all lies. And they all say, here's the return, here's your ROI, here's what you're going to get, here's the daily, here's the this, here's the that. And so everybody hears that for so long, and they think that's the way true investments work. And that's not the way true investments work. True investments work where you put your money in, and whatever it makes, it makes. When you go and look at a bank, at mutual funds, and they list, here's all the mutual funds, here's what they made the past 12 months, here's what they made the past 5 years, here's what they made the past 10 years, which one do you want? They don't say this is what the return is for the next 12 months. They showed you what the previous 12 months, and 5 years, and 10 years were. Like, I met a guy who put a $500,000 investment into a furniture store. And the guy wasn't expecting, you know, how much am I going to get paid for my $500,000? It's an investment into a furniture store. He's hoping to get 20% of his investment out the first year, another 20% the second year, hopefully break even the third year, be profit fourth year, and from then on profit. So how much is it going to make? I don't know. All I do know is there's a guy that bought 3 founder positions, 1 and then 2 below himself, when we started in the very beginning, and he never logged in for the whole time. And I was asked to reset his password 2 days ago, and I logged in. I'm like, what? And so this guy on his top position, founder position, had over $11,000 worth of Bitcoin. And on his bottom 2, he had over $7,000 worth of Bitcoin. So that guy had over $25,000 from $10,500 that he put in. So that's what he's made. Oh, so he more than doubled his money in less than 2 years. Now, for some people, they'd be like, oh, that's a terrible payout. Those people are idiots. Those people join Ponzi schemes. Those people end up losing money and go, I don't know how I lost my money. I don't know how they went out of business. Because it's not real. People in the investment world that are not in network marketing go, whoa, this is an amazing, amazing payout. There's no legitimate investments in the world where you can double your money in 2 years. Bitclub Network, and if you started Bitcoin mining huge on your own with millions of dollars invested and you knew what you were doing, then you can do that. But other than this, I don't know of anything legitimate where you can't. So what's your return? I don't know. Whatever we mine, you're going to get your percentage of it. I don't know what that's going to be going forward. I just know going backwards, if you would have bought the Founders Pool almost 2 years ago, you would now have more than double your 3,500. So I hope that makes sense. Hans, my left leg is growing from spillover. Should I open another account on my right leg to take advantage of the binary? Well, so Hans, if you are going to be sponsoring people, then absolutely yes. Also, let's say you're going to buy another founder position. You just planned on buying another founder position. If you just bought it on your top spot, then you wouldn't get any binary commissions. If you bought it and placed it down on your right side where you had no sales, then yeah, that's going to pop you $200 back in your pockets. That's $200 more you would get. So if you're going to be sponsoring and building now, then I would say yes. That way you could build 2 legs underneath of that bottom spot, and that way you're kind of making twice as much. Well, 1.5 times as much, unless you had it maxed out, then you would be making twice as much. So that way you have extra leverage. So I would say yes to that. Or if you planned on buying, like I said, another founder position, you'd have enough to where it would pop you an extra $200 back in your pocket. So I would say yes to that also. But if you're just buying like a $500 spot just to put it over there, it's not really going to do much, to be honest with you. So hope that makes sense. Rajan, thanks for the opportunity, Russ. See you in India soon. I can't wait, man. Excited to see you guys there. And Rajan, I know you're flying from Malaysia. I know who you are. So yeah, I'm excited to see a bunch of my Malaysian Indian friends in India here very soon. James, yes, perfect, mate. Don't know why I didn't join last year. Glad to be a part of it now. Awesome, and welcome, James. And like that's exactly what I was saying earlier. Like there's a lot of people that heard about this a year ago, didn't join, and now they're joining. And but yeah, it's all good, man. Like it's getting better every day. Bart, sorry I was late. When will arbitrage pools be available, and how do they work? When we're ready, which should be sometime in the next 30 days, could be 2 weeks, could be 4 or 5 weeks, we'll launch it. And we're working right now on websites and videos that will explain everything. So yeah, we just had a meeting in Malaysia with about 250 of our top leaders, all builders, pro builders, master builders, monster builders, flew in from all over the world. And kind of went through everything and our different ideas. So we're working on that to put out for everybody. It's just, we could spend forever talking about that right now. Let us get the info. It's not ready yet. It's making money for Bitclub Network right now because we're running it. We have money in it. It's just not ready and it's not integrated yet. So be patient. It won't be long, and we'll have all the info for everybody. James, sorry for another question. Don't be sorry. Ask me anything you want. Can I set up an account up for my children as a kind of trust fund investment, or is it strictly for over 18? So I don't know of anywhere on Bitclub Network where it asks for anybody's age. And with Bitclub Network and Bitcoin mining, it doesn't really matter. Like if you were to go out and buy 1,000 Bitcoin mining machines and you separated 800 of them here and said, okay, these are for me, and then you had 200 over here and you said, okay, these are for my kid, and the Bitcoin that's mined from these are going to go to this Bitcoin wallet for them, and the Bitcoin mined from these are going to go to this Bitcoin wallet for me. Like, nobody cares about ages. Bitcoin does not discriminate. I know that, you know, banks and PayPal, they discriminate, but Bitcoin does not discriminate. So yeah, it doesn't really matter however you want to do it. Isabella, I hope we will meet in person on the 15th of October at our event in Frankfurt. I'm looking forward. Yes, I will be there. I'm excited about going there. We're going to have a lot of fun there. John, do you have any time estimate yet on launch of CoinPay? Yeah, I wish I did. As soon as it's ready, trust me, I ask at least 3 times a week. There are some times I ask every day in a week. Like, is it ready yet? Is it ready yet? Nobody asks more than me. And as soon as it's ready, everybody will know. I just can't wait for it to get started. Logan Nathan, which one is advisable? Buying more than one account or buying one partial share and double the shares in one single account? Oh, hang on, that hurt my head for a second. Buying more than one account or buying more partial shares and double the shares in one single account. Okay, so if you already have 111, so you have a founder position, and then you're going to buy more after you have that founder position, I would actually recommend getting a new account below yourself. That way you're getting commissions back from the other that you're buying instead of it just going to your sponsor. So yeah, I absolutely recommend getting another position below yourself. Absolutely. Fraser, hey Russ, great webinar. If you're traveling to India, can we get your schedule location? So I have a new team growing there. Yes, I will have some information here very, very, very soon, and I will get it out to everybody. And I do know we're going to be in Chennai on the 8th and 9th. We're going to have a business opportunity presentation from like 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. on the 8th of August, so in like a week from now. And then the 9th, we're going to do a training from like 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. And then from there, I'll be going to other cities. I just don't know what the schedule is yet, but I'll get that out to everybody. Yes, we plan on doing a trip for pro builders and hire to Dubai in probably November, maybe December, but probably November. I'm working on that information now because, yeah, we want to have – everybody's been working so hard, and I would really like to have a nice little vacation, training, get to know better all the pro builders and hire. So if you want to go on the trip that we're working on to Dubai, you definitely need to be a pro builder. So anybody who's not, please get on it. But yeah, thanks for mentioning that, Joey. And yeah, well, we're definitely gonna have a blast here. James, LOL, this is awesome. The future is bright. Yes, it is. Just getting started. This is Project Mega from Malaysia. Hey, man, how you doing? Glad to meet you, Project Mega. That's a great name. Sandy, if we get merchants for CoinPay, do we get rewarded for that? Absolutely. You'll actually get money for signing them up, and you'll get paid every time they do a transaction where they accept cryptocurrency. Absolutely. And you'll be making it on your whole downline. So if you have 1,000 people in your downline and everybody signs up one business, so you have 1,000 businesses, you'll be getting paid on those 1,000 businesses every time they do a transaction. Absolutely. Can Bitclub Network publish all the upcoming events and how to qualify to attend this upcoming events? Actually, there is no upcoming events yet. I know we're going to have one in November or December in Dubai, and it'll be for pro builders and higher, but we don't have anything else scheduled, and we've never done this before. This will be really kind of the first one like this. But yeah, if we know we're doing stuff, we will let everybody know. Absolutely. Hans did not buy founder position, but bought pool 1 and 2. Hurry up and get pool 3 so you can get your extra club coins for being a founder. You need to get that done. Steve, thanks for all the information, Bitclub rocks. Thank you, Steve. Project Mega, my question, do you have rough visibility of how the trading packages cost, like smallest pack to largest pack? Yes, so the smallest packages will be just like they are now in Bitclub Network, 500, 1,000, 2,000. Then we'll also have a $5,000 and a $25,000 pack. And people are like, oh, the 25,000, like that's a big jump from 5,000 to 25,000. Can't there be a 10? Actually, we were going to have a jump from 5,000 to 100,000. The 100,000, well, it's actually, sorry, 25,000. 25,000 is going to be very, 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 very special. And we want that to be very elite. We only want a few people doing that. The kind of information that those people are going to get is very special. So we're not looking to have a lot of people in that. So that will be the biggest package. I did not buy a founder position, but should I buy pool 3 or should I buy a founder position? No. Okay. A founder position is pool 1, pool 2, pool 3. So if you already have pool 1 and pool 2, all you need to do is get pool 3, and it will be a founder position. So just one username that has pool 1, pool 2, pool 3 is a founder. So if you go and look at, when you're buying, you'll see on there that a founder position, all it is a share of pool 1, pool 2, and pool 3. So yeah, you don't need to start from scratch and buy a founder. You just need pool 2. Paul, amazing webinar. Thank you, sir. Bart, what makes it really sustainable? What makes what really sustainable? Bitcoin or Bitclub Network? Because Bitclub Network, what makes us sustainable is that we're actually mining Bitcoin. So we're mining millions of dollars a month worth of Bitcoin. If no new people join, that's okay. Our members are still going to be getting paid every single day, every single day. We're still going to have repurchases, so you're still going to be getting paid on all the people in your downline. For all of their repurchases. So it's completely sustainable. We don't need new people. All the other passive programs with their stories on why they can pay out these passive returns, they're all liars. 100% are liars. None of them can prove what they say. They just tell good stories. They're liars, period. Now, again, if someone can prove what they're saying, then we can say, okay, they're not liars. But until someone can prove, they're liars. And so that's where we're completely different. We're the only one where we don't need new people. They need new people to join. And eventually, even though they have new people joining, it's still not enough because they owe so much to so many. That's where, like, we're very, very, very blessed, is that we're legitimate, so our payouts are much lower, and realistic compared to all these other people where it's like, oh, that company's paying 1%, we got to pay 1.1. Oh, they're paying 1.1% a day, we got to pay 1.2. Now you got guys saying, we pay 3% a day, we pay 4% a day. And people are, I'm sorry to call people dumb, but they're dumb going, oh, I make more with them, here, I'll give them money. You're crazy. Like, they cannot sustain that. It's going to be gone because it's based on new people joining, and eventually you can't have enough new people join. You won't have enough to pay it out. Where we're paying legitimately, so our growth is a lot slower than a lot of these other companies because people are like, oh, well, you guys pay so much less than everybody else. Yeah, because it's real. So I hope that makes sense. So yes, we're completely sustainable. We're doing wonderful, wonderful. Just getting started. Joey, number one rule of Bitclub Network, not to lie. Actually, Joey, that's correct and incorrect. Actually, the only rule in Bitclub Network is no lying. It's not just the first rule. It's the only rule. We don't care if you use logos. We don't care what you do. For, just no lying. Don't lie to anybody. There's no reason to lie to anybody in Bitclub Network. Steve, will CoinPay be app-based? It will be 100% app-based. In fact, if you go to coinpay.co, you'll see it's the world's first smart payment app. So yes, 100% app-based. Good question. Absolutely, John. I am recording this right now, and we'll get it out to everybody. Joey, the mobile app for Bitclub, is that just for the back office, or are we able to use it like a Bitcoin wallet, Clubcoin wallet, to send transactions? Yes, yes, and yes. It actually is going to do a lot of different things. But a business literally could download this app, set everything up on their own, and start taking Bitcoin within, 10, 15, 20 minutes of downloading the app. I mean, it's really self-explanatory, walks them through everything. To where they can get it up and running immediately. So yeah, it's an app. Sandy, how long left to the webinar end? I thought it was going to be an hour. Sandy, I don't know the last time I did a 1 hour webinar. Whenever people stop asking questions, that's when we'll end the webinar. So we've been going for almost 2 hours, and yours actually is the last question. I don't have any more questions here. If I get any more questions, I will answer them. Oh, here, Joey, thank you, Russ. You're freaking awesome. Thanks for the coffee. You're welcome. You're welcome, Sandy. James, please don't stop. It's keeping me away from my $3 running mat. And Sandy said excited.com. I love it. All right. Well, looks like we're out of questions, everybody. So thank you all so much. You're welcome, Mateos. Thanks for being on. And things are great. Things are going wonderful, wonderful. Let's see, Hans, which Bitcoin wallet should I use where I can use a credit card to buy Bitcoins? There's really not many exchanges where you can buy Bitcoin with a credit card. With Circle.com, you can buy a little bit of Bitcoin with a credit card, but it's not much. People don't like selling Bitcoin with credit cards because you can do chargebacks with credit cards, and once the Bitcoin's gone, it's gone. There is no chargeback with Bitcoin. So yeah, you really can't buy Bitcoin with credit cards. But the best wallet for me would be blockchain, the blockchain wallet. And thank you, John. Thank you, Simon. Appreciate it, bro. Thanks, Alex. Okay, Joey, one more question. Go ahead. I'll wait for you. James, have a great day, night, mate. Glad to be part of this. Paul, shout out to Paul, getting me involved, even though he told me about this last year. Thanks, Hans. All right, better hurry up, Joey. Okay, is there going to be a logo for the Ethereum pool and trader platforms in the binary? Okay, so we will not for Ethereum. I don't think we'll have a logo. Maybe we should have a logo, but we are working on some stuff for the trader. Probably going to have a logo done for that, and have a name, and do some really specialized stuff. So yeah, we're working on a lot of that stuff. It's coming. It's coming. Thank you so much, Project Mega from Malaysia. So, all right, everybody. Well, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. We kept it under 2 hours, like 1 hour 56. So, just remember, just tell everybody, just listen to the first 10 minutes. Like when you're sending this recording out to people, just say, look, just listen to the first 10 or 15 minutes. That's all you need to listen to. As you guys have seen, because you've been on here the whole time, everybody will be saying to you, wow, I listened to the entire thing 2 times. You just got to get them started. We have something special here. And I'm telling you, all you got to tell people is watch the webinar. And then after they see this, they can start doing more and more research on their own. And when they see that this is the future, I think they're going to see what I see and what you all see. We want to be a part of this. So thanks, everybody, so much. Appreciate you guys for coming on. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we'll see you guys on the next webinar. So have a great morning, evening, night, afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Appreciate you guys so much for coming on. And thank you guys. All right. Good night, everybody.